Boxing TV reporting live and direct at Suggy's gym with Mr. Chad Sugden. Chad, it's been a while since we actually met up last. Back end of December, your call, Bethnal Green. What a night for you that was.
Yeah, it was a massive night, and it was a great fight. I enjoyed it, and hopefully get to do it again at some point. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was. Yeah, my eyes are a lot better now.
Yeah, your eyes were a little bit puffed up on that last interview. So it wasn't too dissimilar to a bit of Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, but like people messaging me saying, "Oh, I love your fighting style and that," because they've only seen that fight. They don't realise that quite a lot of the time I'm more slick than that. But when the nose went in the second round, then do you know what I mean? I had to go to war and take it to him a bit, especially with the height difference and stuff. But like I always say, I can adapt to where the fight takes it.
I mean, you grafted all year to get to that moment. There was a few interviews previously where you called out Craig Richards. You had some cracking fights before then. Luke Blackledge was a pinnacle moment of 2019 as well. What was it like to get in the ring at your call and fight in a Matchroom show finally?
It felt like I was meant to be there. Do you know what I mean? The buzz, the crowd, the atmosphere. It's one of the best venues in the world, I think, like for atmosphere, because it's just closed in, and I think sometimes with the stadiums you can lose that atmosphere. So yeah, it was like any good boxer from Britain has fought at the York Hall, and I want to be one of them. So it's like ticked one off a bucket list, if you know what I mean. But I'd love to go there again, to be honest.
I think before the fight, there was a few people writing you off. They thought Craig would get the win. But you went in there and put on a classy performance. You took a few shots, but you gave as many shots back as you took, and you come through it and you got the draw. What was it like to get in the ring with someone of Craig Richards' calibre?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Like obviously, when I fought Luke Blackledge, a lot of people wrote me off that night, even in my hometown of Nottingham. And I just think the more people write me off, the better, because the more people underestimate me. And I think people are always shocked when they get in there at my resilience, my movement, and my fitness. Because as the fight went on, I got stronger. Bearing in mind, like I'd only just started doing 8 rounds last year, but I know when I get in the ring, I've always trained for more than what I'm going to do, and I'm always ready. But when I was in there, I felt like I was meant to be. Do you know what I mean? And as the fight went on, I got more and more comfortable. Obviously, you always get them pre-fight nerves, but that's what I do it for, to be honest. Like that buzz, there's no buzz quite like it.
I think most people would agree that you made a statement that night on Matchroom Boxing. A lot of people were impressed with your performance. Have you had any feedback from Matchroom? I mean, what's the latest? Has there been any communication from Mr. Eddie Hearn at all?
Like we have been talking. Obviously, thanked him for having us on the show and that, because we appreciate being on the biggest platform there is. Do you know what I mean? So, but at the minute, we're in talks about a few different fights, and we're hoping to get out in March, end of March, April time, and then hopefully again in June. We want to stay busy this year, and to be honest, we only want to fight on the big shows, and we want the big names.
I was at a Matchroom show on Saturday night, Kell Brook's comeback fight, and there was a fighter that was fighting on the undercard, a guy called John Docherty. You smiled then. You know the guy?
Yeah, I've seen a few like messages and people tagging us both in the same comments saying it would be a great fight. I think it would be a great fight. It'd be great for the fans. It's a great fight for me. I would fancy that fight, and it come back down to super middle. That'd be a good one for me to take. And he's quite highly ranked, and let's hopefully get it on for a title or something. Do you know what I mean? Make it worth both our while, and I'd love that fight.
What do you know about John Docherty?
I know he's a southpaw. He trains in the Sims gym, so he does a lot of sparring with Craig Richards. So obviously they all know me, but I also know them. So I think it's a great fight, and we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'd love that fight, and yeah, let's do it.
I mean, at the minute, it looks like they're just building him up. I've seen a few of his opponents in the past, and they don't look all that. So I think that to get in the ring with Chad Sugden on a Matchroom show at some point, maybe before this summer, it'd be a fantastic call for Matchroom.
Oh, for 100%. Like, it's one of them fights where you know the winner's going to go on to bigger things, and I believe I can win that fight. I don't know, quite comfortably, to be honest. But I know he's a tough kid and he looks good, but he hasn't fought anyone my level. So yeah, I mean, look, I haven't got the mad experience, but last year I fought 3 people higher ranked than me, and the Luke Blackish fight and the Richards fight, everyone doubted me, and I got a win and a draw. It's like, look, you have to start taking notice, especially you fighters. Like, the promoters are taking notice now. They're giving me the shots, so you guys need to step it up as well, and we can give something to the fans, because I'm going to be there, willing to go to war.
And I'm assuming that you're keeping a very close eye on the Shakan Pitters Craig Richards British title fight that's going to be on Channel 5 in the near future. What are your thoughts on that? Who's got the edge?
I think it's a great fight. To be honest, I'd like Shakan to win just for but I'd also like Craig to win. I want the rematch of Craig, to be honest, but I think it's a good fight, and it's a battle of who can adjust on the night, and who comes in with their own game plan better and don't try and, like, I don't know. It's all who performs on the night. I think it's a 50-50 fight, to be honest, but I haven't seen Craig fight someone as tall as Shakan. So, but I've seen Shakan fight people as tall as Craig. So,
who's your money on, Chad?
I don't know who my money's on. Look, if I fight either of them, my money's on me. But yeah, I think it's a great fight, and I don't want to call it, but yeah, I will enjoy watching it closely, because obviously at light heavyweight they're the boys to be fighting right now, and they're the ones fighting for the British, and whoever wins, that would be all I want. They'll be the boys at the top.
So, moving back to the Craig Richards fight, your call in December, when the final bell rang, it was a draw. There was people saying that you'd won it. There was people saying that Craig had won it. Looking back now in retrospect and how the fight played out, did you win that fight?
Depends how you score it. I believe I did the better work, and I won more rounds than he did. But obviously there was times in the fight where he did land some big shots on the damage to my face. But fights aren't scored on damage to the face, and like when you look at the Twitter comments, stuff like that, I was like number 10 top trended on Twitter, and then everyone was talking about, oh, I can't believe Richards thinks he won that, this and that. No one was saying it the other way around, because I took the draw as it was. Like, I went away on a Matchroom show on a week's notice, and it was a close fight. I took a draw. Do you know what I mean? And for him to go and say that I said I thought he won, I don't know where that's come from. But look, he obviously thought he won, which is fair enough. Do you know what I mean? If he's gone back and scored it himself, but it was a close fight, and the draw for me, it's probably a good result. It's a draw. Because it leaves everyone in suspense, and it lines up perfectly for a rematch, because I know I don't want to finish it on a draw. I want to get over that hurdle and win it. Do you know what I mean? So when he's done with Pitters and he's done that fight, hopefully we can get the rematch, or if Pitters wins, then get a fight with him, and then it just puts Richards in.
So what you're effectively saying, that this is most definitely unfinished business?
Oh yeah, for sure. How can it not be? Like, well, unless he's happy it's a draw, and he feels like he's got me at my weakest in a week's notice. Do you know what I mean? Coming in with a broken nose, and yeah, but why not do it when we're both fresh and we're both ready with a full camp, and get the fans excited? Everyone loved the fight. Like, do you know what I mean? I think we could both make some decent money out of that fight, so let's do it.
I mean, looking at everything that you achieved last year as a collective, you must be looking at 2020 now and thinking, you know what? 2019 was amazing, but 2020 could be the year.
Yeah, well, I've gone from like 24 to 10 in the rankings in the Britain, so if I do the same again, I'll I'll be minus something. Do you know what I mean? So if I have as good as years last year, which I plan on having, then by the end of this year, I believe I'll become a household name in the sport of boxing, and people will have to like recognising me for what I am as a great boxer and an even better fighter.
And have we got any official fight news yet? I mean, I've seen on social media once or twice that you keep putting up big news dropping soon, big news dropping soon, but as yet, the big news hasn't dropped. Are we going to get a JF Boxing TV exclusive today?
Not just yet. Like, you know how it is, the contract's being signed and that everything's got to be sealed up first. I don't want to do any false promises or get myself in trouble mentioning anything. So, but yeah, there will be big fight news coming soon, and I'll promise to be on your TV screens again very, very soon.
So, 3 fighters on your radar for 2020: John Docherty, Shakan Pitters, and obviously not forgetting Craig Richards.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously there's 2 roads there. If I go down to super middleweight and beat John Docherty, then my ranking in that will go higher. I'll probably stick at super middleweight for the year. But obviously, if I get an opportunity, a bigger opportunity at light heavyweight before then, which could happen, then I will stay at light heavy. Do you know what I mean? I think in a couple of years anyway, I'll struggle to make super middle, but I know I can make it now. I'm comfortable around it, and yeah, I'm ready to go.
And I'm not seeing your dad around today.
No, he's on his lunch break at the minute. So yeah, I'm going up to Birmingham later to train. I've been in the gym this morning, just keeping fit, ready, training like I've got a fight coming up, because you never know what could happen.
Chad, it's been great talking to you again. Thanks for speaking to JF Boxing TV.
Thank you very much, mate.